We are from Maersk Energy Transition Platform team. We're going to take a few of your time today and talk you a bit of the climate and emission data. What role does technology and data play in climate governance?
A huge one. Data is absolutely at the core of the solutions. When you think about it, carbon and carbon in general, it's data and a network problem. You need to understand what all your business activity data, when you are a business, your flux in and out are. What do they mean in terms of carbon equation? Okay, so it's all about understanding where your data, your business activity data resides. The good news is that we already know that it resides in our ERP, our many information systems, and all along the value chain of a company. And now it's a way on how we are using technology to connect all those data points, from all different information systems, and how we are applying the right layer to convert those data into carbon in a very precise way. So this is what we are doing at Sweep. We are helping companies to streamline ESG and carbon data in one single place, in one single platform, to make sure that they are able to collect, to measure, to analyze, to track, to disclose, and to act on it. And I believe in digital. I believe in those kind of technologies to oil that collective, climate action, to oil that conversation that we need to have at scale. And I believe in companies to orchestrate that conversation, because I don't believe in 8 billion of egos out there. So I believe in digital to be used the right way, and understanding that it's a data and a network problem. Just this, but we have the solutions. We all have the solutions out there.
Wow, this is super interesting. Anything you want to add, Renee, on this part?
I think data is absolutely critical, particularly for any climate initiatives that companies are undertaking. The reason for that is the credibility, and we have to be able to measure exactly what impact all of our initiatives are having. Talk is easy, targets are easy.
Yep.
But actually being able to objectively measure and prove what impact that those initiatives are having is absolutely critical. And regulations are becoming increasingly tight, rigorous, and their demands for the data and the quality of the data that companies are providing to actually measure their performance vis-a-vis their targets. We're no longer marking our own homework. We really have to be able to prove the provenance of that data and the information systems you're talking about, how that's flowing through the organization, and that's really a true reflection of the initiatives that we're undertaking and the impact of those on the environment and our emissions reductions as well.
Yeah. The more you are asked as a company to open the books, the more you are asked to be auditable, the more people are engaged in this data stack within your company, the more you have questions, the more you have internal challenges, who are popping up about, okay, what is the company doing for that? How are we reducing our emissions? Where are our sweet spots to act as quickly as possible? So, but for this, you need to connect that data, you need to show the data, you need to make sure you are analyzing it at a very granular scale. Mm-hmm. And indeed, regulation is absolutely key for that, to harmonize the way we are all working together on it.
Super critical indeed. Yeah, the data, digitalization, everything for the regulations. Good. Super clear. Renee mentioned a lot about average and actual. Okay, I think that's something we want to double click into, if you don't mind. How does the global supply chain rely on the industry average at the moment, okay, in your view?
Yeah. Many industries today don't rely on absolutely nothing. So when you have average, at some point it can be also a starting point. Problem is that the more you are understanding that it's a transformation problem, that you have to understand the starting point of a baseline, to understand exactly where you have to, how you have to, when you are defining your SBTi targets or else, it's all about starting from a precise point, okay, to just be science-based and make sure your company is, doing its part. The more you are relying on averages, whether it's internally, whether it's on your value chain, the more complex or the more fuzzy is the exercise. Okay, to how do you want to apply to yourself X% of reduction of your carbon if you are starting from averages? Ask a CFO today to budget or to forecast 2024, starting with fuzzy averages, accounting, etc. He will tell you there's no way for that. So we must ask the same level of granularity and precision to orchestrate the right reduction of your carbon emissions. The good news is that it's possible. It's possible to connect one pixel of data business activity to the right equation of carbon, okay, to really understand it per geographies, etc. It's possible today. You need the tech the tech stack for that. We are part of the vendors who are providing that precision. And of course, when some large companies are asking their suppliers, okay, please onboard into Sweep, into that data platform, so that we understand as well the precision of your calculations. Some suppliers indeed, it's difficult to onboard the suppliers of the suppliers of the suppliers. So this is where the complexity resides at the moment. This is where I'm a big fan of digital to connect all those dots, definitely. Averages do exist, indeed, the CDP, benchmarks, etc., to help. So it's a good starting point. We cannot be so, strict about everything has to be super precise to start. But it's important to understand that this is the goal. This is the goal, to be precise. So you can start with averages, but you need to navigate in an environment that is telling you everywhere, this is averages, this is averages, this is averages, and you need to be much more precise. Also, because it's a business threat because of the regulation. The regulation is asking you today to be auditable. Being auditable means open the books, okay, at a granular level and showing that you are tracking your data. We are talking here about precision, okay? So you can start. The most important is to start. So you can start with possible averages, okay? But regulation is asking you to go granular. Your employees, your customers, your business, the future of your business is asking you to be as granular as possible, to be part of the forever company of tomorrow, okay? And as a CEO, it's your mandate, to ask for precision when it comes to your carbon data, because it's your future. You need to understand your financial data today the same way you are understanding your sustainability data points. Or you are not on your mandate as a CEO. You are not paid for the right reason.
Anything you want to add on this part?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point to sort of delve a little bit further into, where the financial hits the carbon, hits the investment, hits how we get those cases across the line, right? Because we've got to, in order to create these systems, in order to invest in the technology that we need to make these measurements and to ensure the impactfulness of what we choose to invest in to reduce our emissions. Like this is so important, because we are an asset heavy organization. We buy 500 trucks in the US. So what? We have to go to finance. We need this investment. And well, if a truck moves from city A to city B with an average cargo weight of X, and kind of that's where you start. But we absolutely know we need to go geolocation 1, geolocation 2, the actual weight. So it's not just software, it's hardware. In a business like ours, it's super important to move us from those woolly averages to those actuals. We need the investment in the hardware and the software to enable us to do that. In order to do that, we have to accept at the beginning that it is going to be averages, but that roadmap, that absolute North Star, is determinedly at the actuals. And we know that's really important. And to continually encourage the investment in these green assets, the future fuels, the green fuels, that we're so interested in at the moment as well. So I think in order to have that credibility, to stand in front of investors,
Exactly.
both internal and external,
Exactly.
that this is, if we spend this money, this is actually something we will be able will be demonstratively true.
I always take this analogy of two baskets at the grocery stores, $50 each. One is full of vegetable for $50. The other one is full of meat for $50. If you are using the methodology of averages that many carbon accounting platforms are proposing you today, you are actually having the same amount of carbon. Okay, it means the same amount of carbon using that kind of technology. If you are using our technology, who is allowing you to go super granular in a very simple way, of course, the baskets are representing a very different amount of carbon because it's very granular within the invoice. Okay, within the $50 at the grocery stores, no, vegetables are different and meat is different.
Yeah.
So this is where the world needs to go, and now we have to do that at the scale of a business, at the scale of logisticians, at the scale of a big manufacturer. So when we are working with the L'Oréal, the Bouygues, the Banque de France as well, financial institutions needs to understand in a precise way, what they are financing. Okay, so it's super important to go that they ask for granularity, because they need to fund, they need to give access to green bonds as well, to the best, to those who have the best, who are willing to make it happen, to be good for the planet. So precision is key in this world. And the good news is that it's possible already, because the data are already existing in all the information system. It's the matter of putting the right, glasses on top of it to understand it. Voilà. And the technology exists. So
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
I know
you
this is
very
super
much.
useful for us.
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. It's been a great conversation.
Thank you very much. Merci.